just yesterday, recent changes in the remote Arctic lake are unique within the past 200,000 years. Nowhere in this article do they say, well, this is unequivocally due to man's contribution, but the implication is there. These recent changes are unique and that we're into some regime that we've never seen before, so therefore it must be a human contribution. And actually this article is being celebrated by folks who are talking about climate change being human induced, saying, well, yeah, this article's proof of it. But nowhere in this article do the authors ever say that. So I think that there's some distortion by pro-global warmers to say, well, this article supports me. And there is some of that on the skeptic side too.
Mm-hmm.
You'll take an article and it doesn't say anything at all about being, we've proven for sure now that global warming, human-induced global warming is gone. But yet folks will take that article and say, well, this supports our point of view. And so in reality, there are not a lot of articles out there that actually get into the debate, even though folks will say, okay, this article or that one supports us. Being green is become cool for a myriad of reasons besides global warming. Folks like myself and with my leanings can say, okay, those who are for global warming say we got to get rid of these fossil fuels because they're polluting our atmosphere. Well, I say, yeah, we can get rid of these fossil fuels because fossil fuels dirty up the local environment for sure. Okay, oil and the search for oil is part of our problems with Middle East politics right now. So that would be a good reason to get off of the oil. And if we can find something that's cheaper than oil, I'm a filthy capitalist pig, I'm all for it. If wind or sun can be made cheaper than oil, I'll buy that all day long. So I think there is that the two sides politically can find some points at which they can come into agreement on. So there's a host of reasons why being green is good these days. Good politics and good economics, but the science still doesn't quite support the position that humanity is creating this climate change. Now, ironically, since 1998, temperatures have leveled off a bit, or they're beginning to sink to the point where one Russian scientist believes that a couple decades from now it's going to be a lot colder. Even if it is a lot colder in a few decades, that still doesn't refute the human argument. Like I said in the beginning when I was talking to you guys, there's no way to conclusively prove or separate out the human component from the natural. And the reasons for my skepticism are my gut reaction and my understanding of the current science. Those on the other side would have to admit the same thing. Okay? And it may be that in 50 years we will prove that I'm wrong. If so, I'll probably be dead by then. But in 50 years I may be wrong. But even if the Russians are right and we do cool, it doesn't refute what the other side's saying, because a temporary cooling may come back to warming after a while, after the solar effect has run its course. The human effect may come to dominate again, if there is one, a large human effect. So even though skeptics in the last 2 to 3 years have been saying, well, see, now it's cooling, that proves we're right. It probably proves that, yes, natural variations are still a big player. But even though it's my side that wins with that argument, I have to say, now wait a minute, we can't completely dismiss the other guys because it's cooling, just as they can't completely dismiss us because it's warming. So, does that help, or do you guys have any questions?
It's a great explanation.